What's going on, guys? I've got another haul video for you today. Things I've been adding to the collection recently. I've got two brand new 4K limited editions to talk about and a bunch of other boutique Blu-rays in the stack. Let's see what we got. All right, guys, these are some very exciting boutique releases that I can't wait to show off in this video. These are not from any boutique labels. These are from a subscriber of the channel, longtime supporter of the channel, Jeffrey Patrone. Thank you so much for gifting me these boutique Blu-rays. Jeffrey came to visit me. Jeffrey came down. It's been a while. It's been a few weeks now. The Criterion sale threw everything off, so I'm backlogged on videos. So Jeffrey was in town. He was taking a road trip down to Atlanta, so we got to spend a little bit of time together. We got to catch a showing of Airplane at the Plaza Theater in Atlanta, and it was also a book signing for my buddy John. He did a book signing for his new 80s book, Rewinding the 80s, and then it was immediately followed up by the Airplane screening, so we got to hang out for that. And then we did a little Blu-ray shopping. We went to a couple spots that I know here in the area, some local spots. We went to CD Warehouse and we went to Second and Charles, and we found some cool stuff there as well that I'll talk about in a future video. But this stack I'm going to show you today was a little gift package that Jeffrey brought with him down for me, and I really appreciate it. He's done this before. He really likes giving gifts, physical media gifts. I do as well, and I'm gonna be sending him a package back in return for some of this stuff. But I thought I'd share it with you guys because it would be fun. Some of these are new releases that are limited editions, so I wanted to give you guys a heads up before they go out of print, and I'm gonna go ahead and start with those right on top. These are 4K releases, and these are from StudioCanal, which I've been getting into lately, especially their Ealing Studios releases. I have these three right here. They've been doing these limited editions, so they've got this nice big chunky box set for Lady Killers, which I haven't talked about on the channel yet, but I just found this on eBay for a really good price. So that is the Lady Killers, and then we also have the Lavender Hill Mob, which Grace and I watched earlier this year, and Kind Hearts and Coronets. This is actually an out-of-print DVD from Criterion that has a better release on Blu-ray from StudioCanal. And these are all from Ealing Studios, and I have been really enjoying watching through those. That is a UK studio from the, I believe, like 30s and 40s era. There's a lot of black and white films, but these are two more of those releases, and these are in 4K. Stunning 4K releases of two more Ealing's Studios, and this is from 1945, and this is actually from 1951, so they went even into the 50s and maybe a little bit later. Dead of Night is the first one, and I have already watched this. This got a release earlier in the year from Imprint that I really enjoyed. Loved this movie. This is an anthology film, a horror anthology film that has a really nice wraparound story. The story actually holds together great. I think the wraparound story in this is actually the main story. It's not like some disposable throwaway thing that they just added to hold the stories together. That's the main story, and all of the other stories in the anthology film serve that story. And there's some really interesting stuff going on in this film. I highly recommend Dead of Night if you haven't seen it yet. And I can't wait to watch this 4K release because I watched it on Blu-ray. I've not seen the 4K. It's got some beautiful artwork on the inside as well. It's got this little digipack that opens up. There's the puppet story with the ventriloquist. There we've got the main character right there on the front. Oh, look at this. Look at this. There's the discs inside. We've got the 4K and the Blu-ray disc with some more artwork on the inside. We've also got a nice booklet with that puppet there again on the back. Terrifying. Oh man, that's kind of a spoiler, but you don't know if you haven't seen it. Man, this is really cool. This is a nice thick booklet. We've got some essays in here on the film that I like to read through because I just watched this recently. And it's got this kind of red-green. That's not what the movie looks like. The movie is just black and white. You can see some stills from the film right there, but that's just the design style they've gone with for the booklet. And then we've also got some art cards. Oh, actually, we don't have art cards. We just have two posters. So we've got that same poster that we have on the front cover. And then we have the original poster, which I really like, but it's very misleading. Like this has nothing to do with the film. It's a really cool poster, but there's no giant bat creature in the film. There's no skeletons. Like, this has nothing to do with the film. I was really intrigued by this poster because that's the first thing I saw from the movie, but it doesn't really live up to the poster. I think it's great. It's a great movie, and I think live up to the poster is not the right words. It doesn't match the poster. This actually is a better representation, the new artwork of the actual film, and there it is right there again on the front. I love these hard box editions. limited editions, so make sure you grab them before they go out of print. But this is the new kind of style of box that they've been doing for several of these releases, and they look really nice. I got almost no complaints. I mean, you can give your obligatory like ratings stickers, like those should be stickers, so we can peel those off. We don't really need this big ugly banner at the top. Just kind of make it look a little bit more boutique and like a higher quality release, but that's how they decided to do it. I'm not super upset about it. I'm not upset at all, actually. And then here's the other one, The Man in the White Suit. Very different from Dead of Night. This, I believe, is like a comedy film. It's kind of like a James Bond comedy starring Alec Guinness. And this is more what I'm used to. Like, all of these are kind of dark British comedies that they've been putting out. That's Ealing Studios did a lot of that. They're not known for their horror movies. This was kind of a standout release for them. So I'm glad they did a standalone release of that. Have not seen this one yet. This is The Man in the White Suit. It's, like I said, it seemed kind of like a little spy thriller with a comedy bend to it. He's got like this suit that is this new technology that can't get dirty, and it of course stars Alec Guinness. Not as much, I like the artwork, but not as much on this one. They really went all out on the Dead of Night release. This is kind of just the same artwork repeated on all the discs. There's a screenshot from the film on the back. They've gone with a bright red. This one really stands out compared to the rest of the releases. This one really stands out, and there's that artwork again on a little mini poster right there. But more importantly, we've got the booklet. Same size booklet on this one, full of, again, they're doing the same style with the red tones all the way through. And you just got some essays in there, and in the back, they do a really cool job of including some of the marketing for the film at the time, and I always enjoy looking back at that stuff. Look at that. That's really cool. It's like scanned in. It's even got like notes scratched on it. I'm always interested in stuff like that, how they marketed the film at the time. That always appeals to me. But two beautiful 4K limited editions right off the bat, and these are both pretty stacked with special features. Not as many on this one, but it does have an audio commentary and some interviews and some making of featurettes. This one, I'm very excited about the special features because it has even more special features than the imprint release that I have. So I'll be getting rid of my imprint release, selling that, and holding on to this one because I think this is the definitive version. It's 4K, it's on a UHD disc, and it's got even more special features on there, including an audio commentary and all the stuff that was on the imprint release. So those are both new releases, and you can probably still grab those. I imagine they're still available at the recording of this video. But he actually found those at Orbit DVD, which is an online movie store, but it also has a brick and mortar store. He's been wanting to visit that store for a while, so he actually made a pit stop on the way down on his road trip to Atlanta. He stopped by Orbit and he shot me a text and asked if there was anything I was interested in, and I mentioned those, and he grabbed them for me. So really appreciate that, Jeffrey. Thank you so much for thinking of me. And I, like I said, am gonna send you a little package to pay you back in the mail, so stay tuned for that. The rest of these, though, he actually brought me from his own personal collection. He's also a collector, big Blu-ray collector, and he got some really cool stuff at Orbit that I was checking out while he was here. But these are some Blu-rays from other boutique labels that he thought I would like. And I'm gonna start with this guy right here. This is Cosa Nostra? This is a Radiance release. Radiance is doing some really cool stuff. I feel like they're very similar to Criterion. And this is a box set that I know almost nothing about. I don't know much about this at all. I believe they're Italian gangster films. They're very early spine numbers from Radiance. They're spine number 14, 15, and 16. But Jeffrey thought I'd appreciate these because he knows I like Radiance. The three films are The Day of the Owl, The Case is Closed, Forget It, and How to Kill a Judge. So there's the three films listed on the back, and the three films on the inside with original artwork, which I always appreciate. There's How to Kill a Judge. There's The Case is Closed, Forget It, Forget It. That's a pretty great title. And then The Day of the Owl right here. And I believe these are all directed by the same person. They are, actually. Damiano? Damiani directed all three of these films. Not familiar with the director, but I trust Radiance at this point. They put out good releases, and good grief, this booklet. Does it have page numbers? This booklet is over 100 pages, 115 pages, ton, and it's not even, I was expecting more pictures. It's actually a lot of writing on the films. This is why I like boutique labels. This is why I like Def Crocodile, Radiance. I don't like to just hunt down movies that I already know that I like and I've already seen. I like using these labels to explore other areas and sections of film history that I know nothing about. So that's really what I enjoy doing these days. I love the boutique labels for that. So thank you so much, Jeffrey, for sending that one, adding it to the collection back there. And then these other ones he sent me are another one of my favorite boutique labels. These are from Flicker Alley. Flicker Alley has several different areas of interest. They do a lot of old classic Hollywood movies, silent era stuff, but one thing that they're really known for is their noir category. They have lots of noir films. There's so many noir films, and Criterion's got a bunch of them, and Classic Flicks is putting out some, but you need multiple labels to get them all because there's so many. This is from Flicker Alley, and I'll run through these real quick. They've got this kind of similar theme with all their noirs, which I like okay. I'm not crazy about it. I kind of wish there was the original poster art, and maybe there is on the inside. We should open some of these up and see if there's alternate. But the first one is called The Man Who Cheated Himself, and it's from 1950. It's directed by Felix Feist, and as they always do, they've got a nice hefty booklet in there, and then they've got a Blu-ray and a DVD. Flicker Alley still does DVDs in their 2-packs. And I'm sure there's several special features to go along. It doesn't look like there's alternate artwork. It just looks like there's an image on the back there. So no original poster for this one, but you've got a few bonus features over here on the right. It looks like 3 or 4 featurettes. Then we also have Woman on the Run from 1950, also from 1950. And this is directed by Norman Foster. Like I said, so many noir films. I am not familiar with these two at all, but right in the middle of noir, 1950, and there is another booklet inside with, that looks like it's kind of the original poster, so that's kind of nice. They at least give it to you there. And then you got multiple discs. And that one has even more special features on the back, including a full audio commentary. We've got Too Late for Tears up next from 1949, directed by Byron Haskin. These are a little bit more obscure noir films. I feel like that's what Flicker Alley does. The Criterion ones I've at least heard of. These are going a little bit deeper. And there's an image underneath the discs there as well. And the original poster is on the booklet. Nice hefty booklet in that one. Again, a few special features, including an audio commentary. And then we've got the last one in the bunch, The Bitter Stems from 1956, directed by Fernando Ayala. So this is an international noir. Its original title is Los Talos Amargos. And I don't know, this might be an Argentinian noir because they have put out several Argentinian noirs. And this could be another one of those. There are the discs on the inside. And there is the original poster there on the booklet. And this one does have alternate artwork underneath because what they do for their Argentinian noirs, or at least international noirs, like I said, I'm not sure if this one is or not, but they like to give you the original poster before it came to America with the original language title on there. So there it is, Los Talos Amargos. That is really cool. I love that they do that. It even has a different spine color now, so it's green. And the other one was like this golden color. Very cool, Flicker Alley. I am a big fan of those. Grace will be happy to watch these with me. She loves watching noir films. We always have a good time watching those together. And there's all 4 right there. Always happy to add some noir films to the collection. And then we've got the box set from Radiance and then the 2 Ealing Studios films. An incredible haul. Thank you so much, Jeffrey, for adding some new experiences back there to the collection. I really appreciate it, and I had a great time hanging out with you while you were here. Thank you guys for watching, and if you're familiar with any of these films, please let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. I'll talk to you in the comments down below. As always, I'll be back with more physical media content real soon, but until then, keep collecting.